So this video is a part of a series of videos to my bathroom remodel. And as you saw from before, I converted a bathtub into a stand-up shower. And I came across a big problem here. After I finished tiling the floor, I noticed that the drain is about 1/8 of an inch higher than the actual tile, which created a huge problem. As you could see here, there's a lot of water that's just settling outside of the drain and not able to drain into it. And here I'm using a sponge to soak it up and drain it out. I put a little bit of water around the drain, as you saw, to show you what the problem is. And this is not something that can be ignored. Um, I have to find a solution for this. I can't just leave it like that. So I had two options. Option number one, I can use my oscillating saw and cut that 1/8 of an inch metal that's above the tile all around. Then water can drain down into the drain. But I thought that it's probably best to um, do it the right way and remove the grout around the drain, remove the drain, dig a little bit deeper and lower the drain where it is at the level or below the level of the tile. So here you're going to see me cutting around, removing the grout, and trying to remove the drain in order to fix the problem. So this took quite some time. I used a grout removal bit for this Dremel oscillating saw. The thing about the Dremels is that, you can't use any bit on them um, unless you either buy a universal bit or a Dremel bit. And I like to keep things clean as I'm working, so I'll always vacuum around. I can focus better with what I'm doing once I see that everything is clean. A little bit OCD here. So I had some difficulties taking it out initially. You just mainly have to remove all the grout that's around, because it does get stuck to the actual drain. A few tugs here on it, and I'm finally able to release it. Most important thing about these 6-inch square drains, the ones that don't actually screw into the actual base of the drain, is that you see that great piece in there. That is the part, that screws, has threads where it screws into the actual base of the drain, the ABS or PVC drain pipe that is connected to your shower panel, the water resistant panel. There is a little rubber seal that goes around it on the inside. Make sure you don't drop that down into the drain, and make sure you don't lose it. I will show it to you later on in the video. Make sure you have a towel in the drain, just so you won't drop most of this dirt in there and have it get trapped in your P-trap pipe. There was a lot of grout and debris that was stuck on the side of the drain, so I'm going to use my oscillating saw to remove it. That pink stuff that you see on the sides there, that's the red guard, which is the paintable water resistant barrier. It dries like plastic. So be careful when you're removing your mortar. You see that gray sheet that's in there, that's the waterproofing membrane or the barrier that prevents water from leaking into the floor. As water settles down through your tile, your grout, if you cut through that, you're going to have a problem in the future. Using the oscillating saw is safe, but don't use a utility knife or anything that's sharp that can cut through it. So when I tried it there, I noticed that it was still high, even though I removed most of the mortar. It turned out that I had to eventually rotate the drain and screw it in even more to lower it even further. And don't do what I did over there where I started cutting without putting the towel in there. That was a bad move. I just wanted to start getting things done. Just don't do that. Always keep your towel in there just so you won't drop stuff in your drain. This is the rubber seal that goes around the drain that I told you about earlier, not to drop it inside the drain. So put it on the side, don't lose it. I accidentally sucked it up with the vacuum cleaner with the shop vac, and I had to open it up and try to find it. My Dremel tool was not able to get all the way into the edges, which was preventing the drain from going down even further. I realized that I had to screw the actual threaded cap even further down, and I did use my utility knife here, but I was extra careful not to cut through the shower pan liner there. And I did my best to rotate the drain as far down as I can. It kept on getting stuck multiple times, so I had to go counterclockwise and then clockwise again to get it all the way down. I decided to shave a little bit of a layer off of my mosaic tiles around the drain because I noticed they were sloped up, and that would make it even more difficult for water to drain. That's what I'm doing here. I did such a horrible job tiling this shower. I rushed it. I was tired when I was doing it, wasn't thinking right, and ended up making multiple mistakes, which were not minor, which is why I'm doing all this hard work right now to fix it. Again, make sure to put a towel down in your drain. Don't forget that. Don't do what I'm doing right now. I'm getting near the end, so I just want to finish and keep forgetting to put it in there. After I made sure that the drain fits well, I put some rocks around, and I decided to fill it in with silicone all around, just so the drain can have something to stick to. Make sure that the silicone is not on your liner, because you still want water to drain, water that actually seeps through the grout in between your tiles down on the shower liner has somewhere where it can go and drain. If you put the silicone on the liner, you're holding the water back. So make sure you don't do that. I put the silicone on the edges of the mortar and the tile. So after that, put the drain back in and grouted it all around. After I was done grouting, put the drain cap back in, and this is what it looks like. Finally, now I have the drain at the level of the tile, and when I run the water, I'll show you that it goes straight into the drain. And there we go.